Welcome to Travel Tracker Routing. This video is going to focus on how you move or change the way the route goes from one stop to the next. We're going to go into the Routes tab, and I'm going to turn on the visibility for bus one. And so, as you're adjusting, adding stops to your route, creating new routes, whatever it may be, you're always going to want to review basically how the route runs from stop to stop to make sure that there are not things that you might want to adjust. So I'm going to actually go in and edit bus one route in our example. And we'll go into the morning route where we can see the stops listed. Now, one thing that can be helpful for you, I don't know if you knew this or not, but this play button will allow you to actually play the route. You can see the little marker running from stop to stop. And we'll get this where it's visible for us. And so what you'll notice is as the little indicator gets to the stop, it will turn red, and that indicates that the bus would have stopped there. So if you're doing curbside stops, that kind of thing, this is just a good way for you to kind of visually view the route and see if there needs to be adjustments. I'm going to go ahead and stop that for now. But let's talk about, let's say we have a situation where we want to adjust the route. So I'm going to look at the stop number 23, 216 Dickens Drive, and we're going to look at how that goes from stop 23 to 24, which is up here. And so if I think I want to make an adjustment, I will simply click on stop 23. And notice that opens the trip stop details at the bottom. We can go to the directions to the next stop tab, and this is where we can make those adjustments. And so notice this icon right here. This is the one that allows you to edit the directions from stop to stop by dragging and dropping the way the route goes. So when I click on that icon, you'll notice that the only thing visible is the segment of the route from the stop I'm on, which is 23, to the next stop, which is 24. And so you can see how the system has routed this. So if you want to make adjustments to this, let's say, for example, I'm going to zoom in a little bit. Let's say you don't like this road right here, that you'd rather the bus come way over here to make that adjustment. So notice as I hover my mouse over any of the segments in the route, there are these red dots that are available. As soon as I click on one of those, I can then click and drag that segment of the route over here. So I'm going to click and drag. Now notice as I drag that piece of this, the system automatically says, oh, well, if you're going to go that way, the best way is to come up this way. So I can also click, if I don't like that, I can click on another segment in the route and potentially push it maybe to here. So then, we could actually have another segment that pushes that to here. So you see how I can control that route. Now notice that the three dots that are there, those will stay here with the route, because that, as you adjust and change things, is what tells the system we need the route to go this direction, not the way it originally would think that the route might need to go. So those dots are your holding places to hold the route going this direction. So I'm going to go ahead and save that. Now, what you'll notice is when I'm not in this edit mode, I don't see those red dots. So if you're looking at something and wondering why the route is going that way, you're going to want to come back into the stop, click and open this, and look for these red dots. Now, sometimes what happens if somebody's not real familiar with this, they may end up with, maybe a good many red dots here, and you've got something odd like this, and you're wondering why that is. And you can't seem to get rid of it. So if I come over here, I'm still got this little weird thing going on right here. And it's because of this red dot is holding the route in that place. So, if you come in and see those things, you can just as easily remove these red dot kind of holder places in the route. So let's say, for example, I don't want this little loop right here. I'm going to just click on that red dot, and it will remove the red dot and kind of reroute things. So even as I remove, say, this one, the system's going to reroute it to the most logical, but I still have these three holding points here. So I wanted you to make aware of what those red dots were, because if you have your route doing something strange, it might be likely that there is a red dot there that you might want to remove. So that's how you make adjustments to the way the routes run. Now, we'll just tell you also, when you are in your trip stop details, under the general tab are some indicators. One is for curbside, which indicates that when the bus stops, it should stop on the right side of the road to pick the students up curbside. So if that is checked on, that will control. Sometimes you're trying to drag and drop a stop from one place to the next, and it doesn't want to seem to go. And that may be because it's insisting that that bus come around curbside to pick up the students, so it won't let you always arrange it the way you might need to. So you can check the curbside along with the corner stop, which may have an impact on that too. So that's how you control your routes and your directions. Now you will want to make sure when you go to the directions to the next stop, as you make adjustments, this is going to change. The directions will change. But if you go into this icon and you make adjustments here, maybe turn, at the big red barn, the system is going to use these directions. So if you move a stop from one place to the next, you will want to click to use the auto-generated directions, and then you can edit that again. Because once you've manually gone in and typed in directions into this area, the system's not going to adjust that as you adjust your area, as you drag and drop over here, because it thinks you've got specific directions that you want. So you'll want to check auto-generated directions if you've done that. So that's how you move from one stop to the next. Hope this has been helpful. Thank you very much.